All right, Jody, welcome. You're here at IBIS Stores, ready for your next big challenge. Think of this as a quest. Your mission? To master a skill that's kind of like predicting the future. We're talking about skill S26, forecasting. And in this explainer, we're going to give you the map, the tools, and the secret strategy to conquer it. So let's dive in.
You know, that's the big question, isn't it? How do you actually predict the future of a project? How can you tell if it's going to finish on time, or stay on budget, or if there's some sneaky risk hiding just around the corner? Well, it's not about having a crystal ball, that's for sure. It's about having the right skills and the right data. It's about forecast.
And hey, every great quest needs a map, right? So here's ours. First up, we're going to figure out exactly what skill S26 is. Then we'll walk through the 5 key steps to really master it. After that, we'll get into how you prove you've got the skills. And finally, we'll get you prepped for that final trial, your endpoint assessment. Okay, let's kick things off with section 1. What in the world is skill S26? Think of this part as getting to know the dragon you're about to tame. It might seem big and complicated at first, but trust me, once you understand it, it's not nearly as intimidating.
So here it is, the official definition. I know, it's a bit of a mouthful, but let's just chop it up into simple pieces. Basically, it means you can pick the right tools for forecasting, mix hard data with your real-world project knowledge, play out different what-if scenarios, and then, and this is the important part, come up with solid recommendations. It's really about turning a bunch of numbers into a clear story about what's likely to happen next.
Let's make it even simpler. Your job boils down to these 4 key actions. First, you select the right tool. Then you integrate the data with what you actually know about the project. Next, you model different possible futures. And finally, you recommend what to do about it. Select, integrate, model, recommend. That's it. That's your new mantra. So why is this so critical at IBIS Stores? Well, because when you can forecast accurately, you stop just reacting to problems and you start getting ahead of them. You become this sort of early warning system. You're the one who helps your manager riddle and the whole team navigate around potential disasters and steer straight towards success. It's how you build trust and keep everyone on the same page. All right, let's move on to section 2, the 5 steps to mastery. Get ready because this is your training montage. This is where we forge the skills and tools you need to become a forecasting pro. Let's take a look at the path you're going to follow. Here it is, your road to mastery in 5 clear steps. It all starts with understanding the basic techniques. Then you'll learn how to blend them with your practical knowledge. From there, you'll be modeling scenarios, creating recommendations, and before you know it, you'll be leading the whole forecasting process yourself. Each step just builds on the one before it, taking you from apprentice to an absolute master. So step 1 is all about building your toolkit. You're going to get to know a few key techniques. There's trend analysis, which is basically using what happened in the past to predict the future. Then you've got earned value management, or EVM. Think of it like a health check for your project's money and schedule. And you'll learn about Monte Carlo simulations, which let you explore thousands of possible futures when things are really uncertain. Each one is like a different lens to see what's coming. But here's the thing, and this is so important for step 2. Data by itself isn't the whole story. This is where you learn to mix the numbers with your practical, on-the-ground knowledge of how things really work. That right there is the secret ingredient that turns a generic prediction into a super realistic forecast for a project at IBIS Stores. And in step 3, this is where it gets really fun and creative. You basically become a storyteller of possible futures. You get to ask, okay, what if our main supplier is 2 weeks late? Or what happens if the client suddenly adds a new feature? You'll build models that show exactly what could happen, giving your team a huge strategic advantage. Okay, so you've put in the training, you're building the skills. Now for section 3, proving it. See, it's not enough to just know this stuff, you've got to be able to show it. This is all about creating knockout evidence for your Aptum portfolio that's going to make your coach Olivia just go, wow. Just look at the difference here between weak and strong evidence. Anybody can make a spreadsheet. That's vague. But a full Monte Carlo simulation output where you clearly explain all your assumptions, now that's strong evidence. A simple list of ideas? Meh. A detailed report with different scenario models and clear actionable recommendations? That's what we're talking about. It shows not just what you did, but the how and the why behind it. So, what's your coach Olivia really looking for? Well, here's a little cheat sheet. Is your technique accurate and relevant for the project? Are your recommendations crystal clear and something the team can actually do?
Did you smartly blend the data with your real-world project knowledge? And finally, are your forecasts actually realistic and reliable? You nail these 4 points, and you're absolutely golden.
And that brings us to the final stage of our quest. Section 4, conquering your EPA. This is your end point assessment. It's your moment to really shine and prove that you have totally mastered this skill. Let's be real, think of it as the final boss battle.
So in your EPA, you might get a question like, so why did you pick that technique? Now, a weak answer is, because it seemed like a good idea. But an expert answer, your answer, is backed by pure logic and evidence. You'll say something like, well, I chose trend analysis because we had plenty of historical data and the project scope was stable. And then you'll add, you can see my decision-making process right here in my documentation. See the difference? You're not just giving an answer, you're proving it.
So what does true mastery look like when you're in that EPA? It means you are independently picking the right tools, no hand-holding needed. It means you're seamlessly integrating data and practical knowledge, you're generating recommendations that actually solve real problems, and you're communicating your findings so clearly that a manager like Riddle can hear them and make a big decision with total confidence.
You know, your mentor, Adam, really said it best. This whole journey, it's not just about learning to guess what might happen. It's about getting the power to actually influence what happens. You've literally gone from just understanding the future to helping shape it. That right there is the true power of forecasting. So Jody, you have the map, you have the tools, and you've done the training. You are ready. You are no longer just an apprentice watching things happen. You are a project forecaster guiding IBIS stores to success. You have mastered the art of prediction. So the only question left is, what are you going to build next?